I don't like having anything spoiled. You know, the MCU even does that. The MCU does that all the time. Like basically all of Spider-Man Homecoming was straight from the trailers. Like there were some scenes that weren't in the trailers, of course, because they're not going to give the whole movie away. But there's some scenes that were like important in the movie that they didn't need to show in the trailer. And and of course I'm going to click on it because I mean when I see a trailer for a movie I want to watch, of course I'm going to watch the trailer. But I don't want to see the trailer just like selling all the like spilling all the goods. I don't want that to happen. It kind of degrades the movie because it's like, oh, I've seen this already. Like I'm seeing this again. Like no. Honestly, I had some gripes with Spider-Man Homecoming. So I guess I'll just talk about Spider-Man in general. I've basically said everything that I wanted to say about Spider-Man PS4. I'm sorry for anybody out there that doesn't have a PS4 and then that loves Spider-Man because you're going to be missing out. But everybody's situation is different, so I just you'll see gameplay. You'll see gameplay from people. It might not be good, but it might not be good for you to just see it and not play it. But what can you do? That's Sony, and they love controlling things. So I guess I'll veer off into the MCU because I'll just talk about everything Spider-Man today. So Spider-Man Homecoming, I've had some gripes with Spider-Man Homecoming. There's so many things that I just didn't agree with. I love the movie as a whole, as like its own thing, but because I could see like what they're doing, but I don't like the way they're just, just I don't know. They're doing some stuff that doesn't go with the comics, and of course they're not going to really go with the comics all the time. But for example, it's a light spoiler. I don't want to spoil everything. For example, like the suit. If you've seen the trailer, I mean the movie's been out for like 5 months now. So I'm pretty sure you should like know the basis. So of course the suit. I love how the suit looks. I think it's the best one. Don't get me wrong, but the suit is just all that AI, all that technology because Tony Stark is in the movie, and I know you know that it's like a Tony Stark featuring Spider-Man type movie. Nah, it's like nah, I'm just kidding. It's not that much Tony Stark in there, but Iron Man makes his suit, which is another thing I had a gripe with. I was like, come on. Like if you've seen Civil War, then you will know that. And it's like because in the comics he makes his own suit. He doesn't get help from other people. And I feel like in the movie they definitely wanted to emphasize that he needs help. I feel like I feel like he doesn't need help. He's stronger than most of like the MCU people that are like there today. So I feel like he doesn't need help whatsoever. So I don't know why they always, I don't know, they're emphasizing that he's a kid. And yes, I understand that he's a kid, but I feel like they OD it. They OD it. And I definitely don't want to spoil the movie, but it's just some gripes that I had. It's just mainly the suit. I don't like that the suit talks to him. I don't like all that stuff because Spider-Man's supposed to make his own choices, but he's not getting his own choices made because he got that suit helping him all the time. And it's kind of it's something to grow on to you because I did not like it at first, but after a while I started seeing like, oh, okay, I see that they want to differentiate because there's been so many Spider-Man movies that have came out. So many Spider-Man movies that have came out that, have all had the same formula. So I could see why they wanted to do something completely different. And I give them kudos for that. For sure. Because they definitely veered away from like all the old movies that they've had. So another great thing that I really want to see him grow up as Spider-Man, Tom Holland. I really want to see him grow up as Spider-Man. But of course, Sony wants to destroy everything, and Sony just wants to be like, oh, you only get a contract for what, 2 years? I mean, 2 years, that's like nothing. You get like three. He's like in a contract for like 2 or 3 years, and it's kind of poopy because the reason why is because it's like we might have another Spider-Man right after this, and you know how many Spider-Man there have been? So many. I mean, not as much as Batman, but I'm not really focused on Batman too much. But it's like we don't want to keep seeing actors played out, rewashed all the time, over and over and over again. It gets annoying. Then another thing that Sony loved doing, another thing, is that they're making their own universe now. Their own universe with straight Venom. Like, how you gonna have Venom in a movie without Spider-Man? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. This makes no sense to me whatsoever. Like, Spider-Man made Venom, basically. Like, you can't have Venom without Spider-Man. Venom is dope. Venom is amazing. He's dope and all, but it just doesn't work if you don't have Spider-Man. It just doesn't work. But Sony don't care. Sony just wanna make money and grease the system. So Carnage is supposed to be in that movie as well, and Carnage wouldn't be nothing without Spider-Man. And I don't know why are they doing this. Like, they need to chill out, bro. They need to really chill out. Honestly, I take it kind of seriously because it's like how you gonna mess up the whole thing? Like, everything was going so well for MCU. Like, there's so many things to lead up to him getting like the Venom suit, the symbiote. And it's like, why you gotta mess up this opportunity? Why you gotta mess up this crazy opportunity? Like, Tom Holland is supposed to be in the next Avengers movie, Infinity War. I'm so super for that as well, because I want to see like all the characters interact with each other. But the thing is, this is like a perfect setup for him to get the black suit. A perfect setup. But then Sony wants to come out of nowhere and be like, nah, we ain't doing this today. It's like, bruh, like, give me a break. But I will definitely watch the Venom movie, though, just to give my analysis. I will definitely watch it. I will see how it is, because there's some things that I do like from the Venom movie that the MCU wouldn't have done right, because Venom is a straight killer. Carnage is a straight killer. Well, Venom is not really a killer like that, but he did kill some people. So in the MCU, it's all kiddie. It's a lot of kid stuff, kid-based stuff. And if Venom was in the MCU, it would be so watered down. And I guess in a way, this is why I want to see it, because I want to see how they make it right. Because Venom, well, they won't make it extremely right, but how they make it right in that aspect, because Venom is like a hard character to pull off, especially Carnage. Carnage is probably way harder to pull off than Venom, because Carnage is just a serial killer, and Venom, I mean, I can't even imagine how he's gonna look, because let me bring up the worst movie, Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3, he looked like a realistic version, I would say. He looked like a very realistic version compared to like how the comics are. But nothing will beat the comics, because there's so much creative control in the comics. There's so much creativity that they can do. So the thing is, it's like I want to see how Venom looks. I just want to see how they make him look in this movie. I want to see how they make him look, how they make him act, talk, all that, because he has his own personality. Like, all these characters in the comics have their own personality, have their own backstory, which is why I love comics, because it's so integrated. But of course, in the movies they had to split it up, and of course in the movies they had to go a different route, because I don't know why, because it's just money control. But I would just want to see how how they make it a horror movie because it's supposed to be rated R, which is another thing I'm extremely anticipated for, because a Venom movie wouldn't be a Venom movie if it wasn't rated R, especially with Carnage in it. Like if it was PG-13, it would suck. It would just suck. I think it would flop crazy. And I think the main reason why people actually want to see this movie is because this movie is rated R. And we want to see Venom be Venom in a movie. Like, who doesn't want to see that? The problem is that it's just not connected to anything. So I'll give it a chance. Um, I'll give it a chance. I'm not trying to get extremely anticipated, but I definitely want it to just be a decent movie. I want it to succeed. I don't want it to like fail. It probably won't succeed at all, but I want it to succeed because I used to love Venom way before Spider-Man. I used to love Venom before Spider-Man. I always wanted Venom to beat his ass. I always wanted it to happen. I don't know why. But Venom is definitely a very complex character. And they do have what's his name? Tom Hardy? Tom Hardy? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Tom Hardy. I'm pretty sure. But he is a very good actor. I mean, he played Bane and he basically killed that role in Batman. But all his other roles are very good as well. He's a good actor. They really want to get good actors for this movie because they know that this movie is not gonna like satisfy these Marvel heads out here. It's not gonna satisfy these comic heads out here. So they want to get like good actors, of course. They want to have good directors. There's actually a director that made man, I'm not good with the facts right now, but there's definitely a director that made it was The Thing. The Thing was such a crazy movie. Both of them, the new reincarnation and the old one. But they were both really crazy movies. And that kind of made me anticipated because The Thing was a very scary type, scientific type movie. And I want to see them have that, like the implementation. I want them to have something from The Thing and Venom. And they've actually confirmed that there's going to be a lot of body horror. And if you watch The Thing, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of crazy like contortion that happens to the body, a lot of things once they get infected. And it's a lot of like crazy actions. This is a very insane movie, and that's definitely something to watch. If you want to watch something very good, you know what? I'll probably even watch it again because even the first one was really good for its time because it came out like 1970 or something, around that area. And then the second one, like the reincarnation, is basically like a prequel to it that came out in like 2014 or so, something like that. And both of them were really good. The new one was definitely way more, of course they have better technology, so it was way more realistic. And I just wanted to see like that Venom, like all that stuff happen to like Venom Eddie Brock, once he turns into Venom. I want to see like all that body contortion, all that crazy stuff. So it was confirmed that this is actually going to happen. And I'm just so soup for that. I just want to see it in action. I want to see how they look. I want to see how it all plays out. But I know it will be good. In like visually, I know it will be good. I don't know about story wise. I think story is just gonna. I'm not too sure about story because story is just, that's a whole nother thing that they need to get together. But visually and cinematically, it's going to be a good movie. I believe that. I believe cinematically and visually is definitely going to be a very good movie. So I definitely want to talk about like Spider-Man. Okay, so Spider-Man is just he holds a deep spot in my heart, and I just want to see. I just want to see him done right. Let me tell you, they've been taking out all the villains. Basically, most of the villains from Spider-Man's past are being taken out and are being into the Sony universe, which is a shame. Sony, Sony, what is good with you, yo? Like, Sony, what is good? What's good with you? Sony. Yo, Sony. I need to send this to Sony, bro. Because they love doing some stupid things. They love doing some stupid things for money. But it's all about the money in this world. That's all people care about. They don't care about their fan base. See, I care about my fan base. I don't care about that money. I don't care about none of that. I just want to have a fan base. And they don't care. They just don't care. They want to ruin Spider-Man's whole history and do their own thing. Why? Why, Sony? Sony, why? Sony. Can I live, Sony? Sony? Sony, why you do this to me, Sony? Sony, please. Sony, please. Stop this. Stop this, Sony. But, I just hope the best for this movie. I hope the best for this in general. Like the whole, like Spider-Man PS4. I'm hoping for the success in that. I'm definitely still going to be playing it, fiending on it, OD. So, yo, like I said before, don't talk to me when I'm playing this game. Don't talk to me when this game come out, because I'm going to be on it, and I'm going to be playing out of my mind. I might be in school still, but, yo, I'm gonna try my best to put in some hours, yo. I'm going to try my best to put in some minutes, because I'm a pretty busy dude as the time goes on, especially as time goes on. But the thing is, I'm definitely making room for this game. I'm definitely making room for this game. This game is going to control my life. And I don't mind. I do not mind that whatsoever. I do not mind that. I definitely wish success on the Infinity War movie. I am so stoked for that. Infinity War is going to be lit. I don't like using that word, but it's going to be lit. And Infinity War, let me tell you, the suit for Spider-Man in Infinity War looks so beautiful. I've heard some people, because I love reading YouTube comments. It's just my thing. I love seeing people react to videos. So YouTube commenters are funny. They're funny. But the thing is, they complain about even the new suit. They complaining about that suit too. And that suit looks so much more dope than his classic suit in the movie. It looks amazing. Like, I don't know why Marvel ain't putting out that trailer. Like, we're itching for that trailer, that Infinity War trailer, to be officially out. I don't want to see that unofficial version, because I've seen it 3 times already. I do not want to see that, because it sucks. It sucks seeing it so un-HD, because I'm so used to seeing everything in HD now. I do not want to see it with someone's head covering up the whole screen. I want to see it in pure HD glory. I want to see that beautifulness. And I know a trailer is definitely going to come out eventually. You just got to be patient. Got to be OD patient. And everything will come into play. So this movie, oh boy, this movie is going to be so good. So good. I'm just so anticipated. It's so anticipated. Spider-Man's year is 2018. Like, this is the year of the spider. Like 2017 and 2018. You know what? Actually, the past within these 3 years, 2016, 2017, 2018, this has all been Spider-Man's. This has been Spider-Man's time to shine, and he deserves to shine because there's like even some comics today are like they're not good. Like some Spider-Man comics aren't even good. Some of them just suck. And then we got the movies. We got all those old crappy movies, those old crappy games. I mean, not all the movies and not all the games were bad. Not all of them were. There were some that were really good. Like Ultimate Spider-Man was my favorite Spider-Man game back then, and Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 1 was definitely really good. They didn't like have everything that the Spider-Man games had, like all the Spider-Man movies, like Spider-Man comics, I'm sorry. They didn't have everything Spider-Man comics from the Spider-Man comics that have been, good. But they did go their own route, like every other Spider-Man movie. But they're definitely good for what they are, just like Homecoming is. That's good for what it is as well. It's definitely an amazing thing. But the thing is, I just want to see all of these things lead up. Like, I want to see everything lead up into what it is. I want to see Spider-Man shine. I want to see him shine. I want to see him doing his thing. And he's definitely going to be doing his thing in the Spider-Man PS4 game, on that, in the Infinity War movie. I want to see how it's going to play out, because there has been some unfortunate events that has happened in Infinity War. Because, I mean, Thanos is a crazy guy, a crazy being, I should say. And he just basically kills everyone. But in the movies, of course, they're not gonna really do that. I don't think they're gonna do that. I mean, he does have the Infinity Gauntlet, and it has like all the power of the universe. So I wouldn't be surprised if everybody just dies. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't be surprised if everybody just dies. And the thing is, I don't really get is that if you've seen Spider-Man Homecoming, it's like, why would Iron Man? Because Iron Man is definitely going to be like the main guy. And I have a theory on that. But like Iron Man basically lets Spider-Man go into Infinity War. Like, how are you going to go into this battle? Like, he knows that he's such a young guy, that he's such a young kid. And don't get me wrong, Spider-Man is amazing. And he could like hold his own weight. He could even battle people stronger than him and still succeed. Don't get me wrong, he's great. But the thing is, when you're going against this being, Thanos, if you're going against Thanos, there's no way you're surviving that. If he has the Infinity Gauntlet, there's no way you're surviving that. And the crazy thing is, like, how are you going to let this kid, this like 16, 17-year-old kid, 16 years old, how are you going to let this kid go out into this battle when you know this guy is insane, when you know this guy has destroyed things, has been devastating the whole like universe or whatever? Like, how you gonna let this kid come in? Like, Spider-Man he's not gonna hold his weight in this movie. I don't think he is. He's probably gonna have like a small role. I don't think they want to kill him off. Of course they're not gonna kill him off, because there's supposed to be a second Spider-Man Homecoming movie. But the thing is like, why? Like, why does he? I'd love to see him in the movie, of course, but he doesn't really need to be in there. From a logical viewpoint, he shouldn't be in there, because he would just get dusted. He would get dusted, swept away. Like, he doesn't have the power like that to stop Thanos. Nobody in the MCU right now has the power to stop Thanos. Like, Thanos could stop Thor. And if Thanos could stop Thor, which is Thor is a god in the MCU, of course, it's like, how are you gonna let this kid just go in there? He just wants him to die. But I feel like there's maybe a reason. There has to be a reason, of course, to why he's even there and why he's included, because maybe it'll show like his scientific prowess, because he's a very scientific dude, Peter Parker, and I feel like maybe he will have, he'll probably be like technical support in a way, but he'll also try to do his thing as Spider-Man. So I want to definitely see. I want to see how that is implemented. I want to see how that goes and how that plays through. But on that note, I'm waiting for all these Spider-Man things to come out. I am waiting. I even have a Christmas sweater that has Spider-Man on it. That's how bad I'm waiting. So on that note, have a great day. I hope you succeed. I hope you help other people. I hope you don't always think about yourself. And I hope you watch these Spider-Man things and get anticipated for these movies. Have a good one. And I'll see you around next Thursday, 2:30 p.m.